Hello, good morning, everyone. So I'm Young from the Center Balance, the acupuncturist and the herbalist. So today we're gonna continue and share the knowledge about the lung in Chinese medicine. So let's do a quick review. In traditional Chinese medicine, the lung is located in the chest, one on each side, and it covers the heart. The lung has lobes and is described as being hollow and light, like a honeycomb. The lung meridian, the lung system, includes the trachea and bronchi, as it connects with the throat and the nose. Therefore, the throat is called the gateway of the lung, and the nose is the external opening of the lung. In the five element theory, the lung belongs to metal, and the lung system includes the following correspondence. The lung stores the pour. The emotion is grief or sorrow. It connects to the skin. Its brilliance manifests in body hair. Its opening is eyes, and its fluid is nostril discharge. Okay, so first, let us discuss the psychological function of the lung. So lung governs energy, the qi, and the respiration. Lung governs the respiratory energy by inhaling clear air from nature and exhaling turbid air from the body. The lung is the set of the gas exchange between the body and the external environment. Through the dispersing and descending movements of lung energy, the old energy is expelled and a new energy is taken in. The process maintains normal life activities. When the lung energy disperses properly, turbid energy can be expelled. When lung energy descends smoothly, clean energy can be inhaled. So when dispersing and descending are well coordinated, breathing becomes smooth and even. If external pathogens invade the lung and disrupt this balance, symptoms such as chest tightness, coughing, wheezing, and shortness of breath may occur. So what does those mean? So as we all know, every day we need to breathe in oxygen. We need to breathe out CO2, right? In Chinese medicine, we believe when you breathe in, you breathe in the clean energy, the clean qi, which is clean energy into your body. When you breathe out, you breathe out um, the sorry, you breathe out the CO2. We breathe out the turbid energy out, which means you transport the trash out of your body through the breath out. So this process maintains the normal life activities. So breath in, breath out relies on the normal function of the lung energy descending, ascending, like we told last previous course. So when the descending and ascending are well coordinated, and breathing becomes smooth and even. If 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 there's something invade your lung, like a virus, like germs, like a fungus, invade your lung and disrupt this balance, you will have cough, uh, wheezing, shortness of breath. Yeah, it's a in Chinese medicine, because at that time Asian people doesn't have the advanced technology to know what infect, what invade to the lung, so they just use the word external pathogens to summarize all the germs, virus, because they don't at ancient time they don't know uh, they are germs, they are virus. They just know they are bad things, right? They are external pathogens. That's why they described um, um, the external pathogens invade lung cause the symptoms. It's very easy to understand. In Western medicine, we all know when you're affected by the infected, when your lung is infected by the virus and the germs, it causes a lung infection, right? And sometimes it causes a serious lung infection like ARDS, right? Talking about ARDS, ARDS means acute respiratory um, mm, syndrome, I believe. And talking about ARDS, it is a very serious disease in ICU, in respiratory department. Yeah, that's because uh, the lung is serious infected by the virus or the germs or the fungus, right? Mm. Okay, so let's talk about the next PPT. Breathing energy is the lung as a gateway. Okay. The lung serves as the primary set of the gas exchange, governing the ascending and descending movement of the respiratory energy. Okay, we talked this before. Yeah. Okay, so hmm, so the previous PPT, and the previous PPT is talking about the lung can govern the respiratory energy. So now this PPT we're gonna talk about how the lung governs the whole body's energy by two different parts. The first is the generation of the energy. The second, the distribution of energy. In my course I use the energy to replace the chi because I believe energy is more easy for you guys to understand, because if I use chi, you don't know what is chi. But to be honest, the chi is energy. You can touch, you can see, but you can actually you can feel it, right? So um, so the lung governs the qi, the energy of the whole body. The lung is regarded. The lung is regarded. The lung is regarded as the root of energy in the body. The lung contributes to the generating energy by inhaling clear energy from nature. This is especially reflected in the formation of zong qi, which is zone energy. Zone energy is formed in the chest by combining combining clear energy inhaled by the lung with the food-derived energy transformed by the spleen and the stomach. So in Chinese medicine, when we talk about the energy of the body, we will talk about 4 different parts of the energy. The first energy in your body is yuan energy. Yuan means uh, um, proto um, proto energy of your body. It stores in your body when you are a baby. The yuan energy was given by your is given by your parents um, when the when your mom is pregnant, right? Your dad's the sperm and your mom's egg, together became an embryo, and that embryo is you, right? The embryo stores the energy at that time. So when your mom birthed you, when you came up to this world, so this energy stores in your kidney. We call it yuan energy. Yuan energy is the important energy, the most important energy of your body. They can help you to grow up. Yeah, you can easily consider the yuan energy is just like a hormone, right? It's like hormone. A lot kinds of hormone. They can let you grow up, grow up, grow up, grow up. Yeah, to be an adult. So the second energy is the zong energy. Zong energy means zong energy is a secondary energy in your body. Zong energy, it can be generated by your own body. The yuan energy, you cannot generate yuan energy by your body because the yuan energy was from your parents. But zone energy is quite different. Your body can generate the zone energy because the zone energy, as we said in this PPT, zone energy is generated by lung and spleen. How your body generates zone energy? Um, First, your lung breathe in clean energy from the air, and this clean energy stores in your chest, and then below is your spleen and stomach. The food you take every day, when you take the food into your stomach, the spleen and stomach, which is your digestion system, it can absorb the nutrition of the food, right? In Chinese medicine, we believe the nutrition is energy, right? It's energy. And the spleen and stomach transport those energy, those nutrition, those energy from the food and transport to the lung, and the lung can with two materials, the energy from the air, the energy from the food, together the lung generate the zone energy. The zone energy is secondary important energy in your body. The zone energy, your body, the lung can also use the zone energy to supply the yuan energy. I mentioned it's supply, not generate zone yuan energy. So the zone energy and the yuan energy can work together to help your body. They help your body, to do movement, to do normal activities. So the third energy in your body is the V energy. V energy is also mentioned as um, defense energy, which is like your immune system. And the fourth energy in your body is yin energy. Yin energy is more like nutrition. In Chinese medicine, we believe the yin energy flows in your vessels. It's like it's a pot. It can It's like nutrition. It's like nutrition. Okay. So the lung also governs the movement of distribution of energy throughout the body. All types of energy, including yuan energy, zong energy, yin energy, and wei energy, relies on the lung to be distributed. So I mentioned we have 4 different energies in your body, right? So how your human body regulate all the 4 different energies by lung. So lung can govern the movement of the energy of your body. So the ascending, descending, internal, and exiting movement of energy in all your organs depends on the lung regulation. So lung is the commander of the energy in your body. So rhythmic and smooth breathing helps coordinate energy movement throughout your body. If the lung functions is impaired, energy deficiency and energy stagnation may occur. In severe cases, loss of respiratory function leads to the end of life. So, of course, we all know in our human body, uh, we have 5 organs, right? 5 important organs: lung, liver, heart, kidney, and spleen. No matter, so each one of them is important to your body, right? The, as you can see, when people die, normally all the people die in the end. Normally all the people die of respiratory failure or heart failure. But in the end, no matter heart failure or other failure, it eventually will cause respiratory failure. So we in hospital, I used to be a doctor in in hospital in China. In hospital, we when we work when we our doctor when we monitor those serious illness patients, we uh, we uh, we focus on 4 things: uh, the heartbeat, the respiratory rate, the blood pressure, and the SpO2. The 4 important things. So as you can see, the 4 important fingers uh, in the SU, the two fingers are related to the heart, and the other 2 is related to the lung, right? You see, as you can see, the blood pressure and the heartbeat, yeah, they are related to the lung, to the heart, right? And the respiratory rate and SpO2, they are related to the lung. So if one of the 4 fingers drop down, like suddenly the blood pressure drop down quickly, become low blood pressure, or the heartbeat become low heartbeat under 60 um, per minute, or the blood pressure under 90 mmHg or under 60 mmHg, right? Or your respiratory rate become low, like below 12, right? Or your SpO2 uh, below below 80%, below 70%. We doctors and nurses in hospital need to save this mind, right? Because all the 4 fingers can indicate that this person is about dying. So as you can see, how important the lung is, right? So in Chinese medicine, of course, the loss of respiratory function to lead to the end of life. It's obvious, right? It's very it's a common sense, right? Yeah. Okay. So next we're gonna talk about the lung regulates the water pathways. So this means the lung regulates the distribution, movement, and exertion of the body fluids. When lung energy disperses, fluid are sent upward and outward to moisten the skin and form the sweat. When the lung energy descends, fluids move downward to kidneys and contribute to urinary formation. Because the lung is positioned at the highest level among the organs, it is called upper source of the water. If the lung descending or dispersing fails, lung metabolism becomes disordered. This may lead to phlegm, edema, or reduced urination. So the lung not only regulates the movement of energy, but also it regulates the water pathways. So this PPT explained how the this PPT explained how the how your sweat come from. So in Chinese medicine, we believe the sweat because the lungs function, the lung energy dispersed, it can spread the fluids of your body and outward to the skin, and out the skin it becomes sweat. So we also believe, so the second water movement in your body is the urinary, right? So in West medicine, we only consider the urinary is generated from the kidney. Yeah, it's common sense. But in Chinese medicine, we believe the urinary formation needs the assistance by the lung. So here it is. So when the lung energy descends, it can spread it can transport the fluid to kidney to contribute to the urinary. So the Chinese medicine and West medicine has some different place. So so many people will confused about the function of the organs in Chinese medicine and argue about it. Some people the suspect are the Chinese medicine is real, or or are they reliable? Let me tell you one important thing. To be honest, when talk about this question, I would like to speak more of it. So because the limit of the technology in the ancient time, the Asian people because the Chinese medicine was invented a long time ago, and with the development through the history, it has a long history, right? But because the Asian people don't have the Asian people don't have those so advanced technology, so they they cannot be so accurate like Nordics, right? But so the Chinese medicine, when the Chinese medicine, the organs in Chinese medicine is more is more like the function organ. The function organ means when we talk about the lung function in Chinese medicine, we normally we prefer to talk about the functions the lung has. We are not so you know um, so the function of the organs has more is more wider, is more um, uh, has more functions than the anatomy organs. So that's the difference. So in Chinese medicine, when we talk the organs, we talk about the function of the organs. Normally, the function of the organs sometimes it includes the whole system's function. Like for example, when we talk about the lung, it in Chinese medicine, it includes not only the anatomy of the lungs function, but also the respiratory system function, right? It's easy to understand, right? So when we talk about the spleen, so in West medicine, the spleen is the immune system organ, right? But in Chinese medicine, we believe the spleen. We talk about spleen is more like we talk about the function of the digestion system. So that makes sense, right? So so we believe in Chinese medicine, if the lungs dispersing or descending function fails, the fluid metabolism becomes disordered, and it will cause the phlegm edema or reduce the urination. So we believe because the lung assist the kidney to generate the urination. So if the lungs function is abnormal, it will cause the urination problem. So in Chinese medicine, we believe all the systems are connected. One organ affects the other organ. But it makes sense because even in Western medicine system, we still believe that when the heart is going wrong, when the heart is functions abnormal, it will eventually affect the lungs function. It's common sense, right? Yeah, this PPT is talk about the promoting the water movement. Yeah. So the third important function of the lung is the lung connects with all the blood vessels. Yeah. So the lung, uh, what does mean? What does that mean? The lung connects all the blood vessels in Chinese medicine. To be honest, the lung. It means the lung assists heart in circulation. All blood flows through the lung to undergo gas exchange before circulating through the body. The heart governs blood, but the lung assists the heart in moving blood. When the lung energy is abundant, blood circulation is smooth. If the lung energy is weak or obstructed, blood stagnation may occur. So these PPT, some people will feel confused about it. So we can explain this PPT, this Chinese medicine theory in a Western medicine way. So all the blood flows to the lung, right? You we all know that your right heart, your right atrium, right ventricle, gathering all the blood, all the deoxygen blood of your body, right? And your right heart ventricle pumps the blood to your lung to exchange the gas, right? Oxygen in, CO2 out, and then the blood go to all the blood in the lung go to your left atrium, left heart atrium, and then to the left heart ventricle, pumps the whole body, right? So in Chinese medicine, they believe the heart governs the blood, but the lung can assist the heart in moving blood. But in West medicine, we believe only the heart can pump the blood, not the lung. But what does that mean? So is this wrong in Chinese medicine? Is this theory wrong? The heart can assist the lung can assist the heart in moving blood. To be honest, I believe the Asian people we're talking about, they may find out on the patient, right? If the if the lung disease patient in the end, they will have the heart problem, they will have the blood circulation problem. Actually, if you think this theory in a different way, you can understand it easily. As we I used to work in respiratory department. I saw a lot a lot of COPD patient in the after a long-term COPD disease, they will eventually cause a heart problem, right? That's because when the COPD patients, the blood pressure in their lung is very high, and will cause the right heart ventricle need to do more effort to pump the blood to the lung, because the lung in the lung energy, blood pressure is high. So when the right heart ventricle pump the blood to the lung, it needs more work to do. So in the end, the COPD patient, they will have the right heart failure. I believe this transmission theory, the lung can assist the heart in moving the blood, in moving blood, is because I believe maybe the Asian people, because they don't know the anatomy so accuracy than us, than the modern people. So maybe they invented this theory. Maybe they invent this theory based on the on watching those lung disease patient. In the end, they called heart disease. No worries. Um, this theory is more more focused on the lung can affect the heart um, in circulation. It's real because we know in Western medicine, the lung and the heart are connected so closely. So one organ fail cause another organ fail. It's very easy to understand. So when the lung energy is weak or obstructed, blood stagnation may occur. Like I said before, uh, I use the disease example to explain why the lung energy is weak or obstructed. The blood stagnation may occur. Like I said, because like I said, the COPD eventually will cause the right heart failure. I can use the Western medicine to explain this Chinese medicine very well, right? So this PPD says the lung stores the Po, the corporeal soul. What's that mean? So what's Po? Po is a Chinese word, a Chinese vocabulary. The Po is responsible for basic sensory and motor activities. Strong lung energy leads to a strong body and vitality. Weak lung energy leads to low energy and lack of drive. So it's very easy to understand. I believe this PPT is talk about the lung. The lung can affect some function of the nerve system. So as you can see, the Po is responsible for the basic sensory and motor activities. As we all know in Western medicine, the sensory and motor activities, this function belongs to the nerve, right? So in Chinese medicine, we believe the lung can affect these functions. So, but as you can see, if your lung has enough energy, you will have strong body. So I can explain this theory in a very short, in a very easy, simple. You know, smoke people. If the people smoke too much, right, it eventually cause COPD, right? Their lung function, become very worse, become worse. So those serious COPD patients, in the end, they even don't have the strength to eat. We're not talking about they even sit there to eat the food. They still feel withering and short of breath. That's because their lung function is really low. So in Chinese medicine, we believe that strong lung energy can lead to a strong body and vitality. Yeah, we can think this theory in a Western medicine way, right? So this PPT talk about the lung and emotion. The lung corresponds to grief and sorrow. Moderate grief is normal, but excessive sorrow can damage the lung energy. Conversely, weak lung energy may also make a person to sadness. So we believe in Chinese medicine, we believe each organ connects, related to one emotion. The lung related to the grief and worrying, to the grief. Sorry, it's not worry, it's grief. So we human being, we sometimes we happy, sometimes we sorrow, right? Sometimes we are excited, sometimes we feel exhausted. So we have different emotions during the normal life. But for example, if your job is not so satisfied, or you didn't complete your work, sometimes you feel stressful, you feel uncomfortable, you feel depressed. So the normal emotion is a normal react, right? But however, but too much bad mood will cause disease. So the lung energy naturally generates the emotions of grief as a part of the normal human experience. However, excessive grief will damage the lung energy, and in the end, it will cause shortness of breath and depleted energy. So I'll tell you one story. In a very famous ancient novel in China, um, there is a young lady in novel, but it's in novel. It's a story. It's young lady because she always feels sad. She always feels sad because the why she feels sad because the boyfriend girlfriend things blah blah blah, and because she always feels so sad, and in the end, uh, she caught lung disease. She coughed blood, right? Her lung was infected by TB. TB is tuberculosis or something. Yeah, it's a very serious uh, germs. In the ancient time, doctors couldn't cure TB, where to kill TB germs, because we don't have them at that time. They don't have the medicine, right? So this lady, um, because she always feels sad, and in the end she caused a lung infection, and in the end she died. So this story is I just talk about uh, how the how your emotion can affect your organs. But it just also it is a story. Scientists nowadays, they have a lot of research about how the emotion affects your organ, affect your healthy. Yeah, as I mentioned in the first lesson, some cancer patients, they are not so worried about their disease, So the most of them, they have a better outcome, or they live longer than those cancer patients with bad mood. Because sometimes we always under underestimate estimate we always underestimate the power of the emotion to your body, right? If a man always living in bad feelings, bad mood, in the end they, they will cause disease, right? And their works, uh, they cannot work brilliant, right? So you must make your mm, mental health better. So the lung connects with the skin and body hair. Yeah, in Chinese medicine, we believe if you want to be beauty, you must have a powerful lung because the lung connects to your skin. Yeah, the lung can spread the defensive energy to protect the body surface. If the lung energy is weak, um, spontaneous swelling and frequent colds may occur. It's very easy to understand it because in Chinese medicine, we believe the lung can control the immune system. If your immune system is weak, you are easily get caught disease like cold and flu, right? So it's very easy to understand. Like best few years, some people infected COVID-19, they die, but some people are not. That's because different people, different immune system, right? So the lung opens into the nose. The throat is its gateway. The nasal breathing and smell depends on lung energy and lung fluids. And voice and speech also rely on lung function. If the lung function are damaged, hoarseness or loss of voice may occur. It's very easy to understand, because in Chinese medicine, we believe the lung dominates the whole respiratory system. Each part of this respiratory system cannot function well. It all relies on the lung. So the fluid of the lung is a nasal discharge, and the change in nasal discharge reflects the lung health. So we Chinese medicine believe we can also to diagnose the lung health by just looking at the discharge of the nose. So clear discharge often indicates cold, while yellow discharge suggests heat. So we can diagnose how your body is weak, cold, or hot, or heat, too much heat or too much cold. We sometimes we can see the color of the discharge of the nose. It's we easy to understand. For example, if a people can have cold, if the discharge of the nasal looks like clear, looks like clean, no color, which means it's this man infected by cold. But if a man his get cold, his the discharge of the nose looks like yellow and not so clear, not so clear, which means too much heat. Is he infected by the heat? So different diagnoses cause different treatment. So finally, the lung corresponds to the autumn. Autumn is dry and cool, and the lung prefers moisture and dislikes the dryness. Therefore, dry cough and dry skin are common in autumn. Proper care of the lung in autumn focuses on nourishment and gentle regulation. So, like we talked about the relationship between the organ and the season in the last two sessions. So the lung connected to the autumn. So because as you know, the autumn is very dry and cold sometimes. So the dry air can cause the lung injury. Yeah. So yeah. So okay. Oh yeah, the last word. The lung. If you want make your lung good and stronger, you better eat more pear. The fruit pear, pear. You can steam the pear, and it can help you to to mm, give more nutrition to your lung. Okay, so we use 2 sessions to talk about um, the lung in the Chinese medicine. So the next lesson we're gonna talk about the spleen and stomach. So okay, guys, if you have any questions, please read the comments under the YouTube, and I can reply you. Okay, so have a good day. See you next time. Bye.